So, good morning. Today we will continue with the forces. We did, I guess, so. Last thing was principle of moments. Now, today we'll start with the center of gravity. But before we start, some important points to tell you. What are the different types of bodies? Otherwise, you will not understand what the whole concept is. Because now let me address that many people are thinking that if I am sticking to the book or not. Yes, I am 100% sticking to the book. Everything I am teaching is inside the book. Sometimes I have to stray off topic like this bodies, because if you don't understand what bodies are, you will not understand the next parts not so clearly. Can't give you the full reason. That's why. So bodies can be of point bodies, and it can be of and it can be a rigid body. Now you would say, what is a rigid body? Before that, let me tell you what a point body is. A point body is a body that is actually nothing but a point. Okay, it has some mass m. Mass has some m. It exhibits all the things. Okay, and this is just nothing but a point. It's a body, but it's just as small as a point. And the most of the physics, like 90% of the physics, 90% of physics we do with point bodies. 90% of physics. Okay, now what is a rigid body? Any body we see in normal life. Rigid body, you may write this. I'm not going to write the definition. You can write this. Rigid body is a collection of many small point bodies. Understand? It's like there are like many point bodies. So this whole rigid body is made out of many point bodies. Understand this? Now we are going to do our topic, that is called the center of gravity. Okay, center of gravity. What is center of gravity? Now let's say there is one rigid body. Okay, not rigid body. For any point body, it's a point. The center of gravity is nothing but its weight. Okay, its weight is the rigid body. Sorry, its weight is the center of gravity for a point body. But if there is a rigid body, let me tell you, this is not the weight does not mean the center of gravity. Weight is not the center of gravity. Center of gravity is always a location, by the way. I'm telling you, location. Don't confuse it with like the weights. This point is the center of gravity, because itself, the point body itself is the center of gravity of itself. Okay, for the rigid body, there are many points. Like this can have weight 1, this point can have weight 2, this point can have weight 3. Understand? Now wherever all these are weights or forces, nothing but forces, the basic definition of center of gravity is the location where where was I? The location where the algebraic sum of the torques of all weights is 0. This means that, let's say we have an axis. Okay, so let's say there's one pivot here. Okay, so the r is here, r is here, r is here, like that. So whenever the torque of 1 plus torque of 2 till torque of n is supposed to be 0, meaning the weight of 1 into r1 plus till weight of n into r of n is 0. At which location it is, that point is the center of gravity. Let's say the point is here. Let me do it in a different color. Better. This is the point. Okay, and now some properties about this. This is a regular body, this is the center of gravity. Then we can say the weight of the whole body acts about this point. Meaning, if like this would have to be converted like many sums, we have to do like this. Like if I convert this to another body, a point body, then that point body's location would be the location of this center of gravity. I'm going to write COG. Okay, understand? Means whenever we have to the main use of center of gravity, we have to represent a rigid body in the terms of a point body. Now one property is that if the body is like say like this, and now you change a little bit of the orientation like this, its center of gravity changes. Maybe at the first time it was like in the middle here, now it would be like in this position. So center of gravity changes with the shape, depends on the shape on the, because it is the distribution, it is depending on the distribution of mass of the particles. Now you would say why we are considering mass, because it's weight, gravity results in weight, because there is another term we know, the center of mass. Okay, center of mass is nothing but equal to the center, it's again a location, center of gravity, if acceleration due to gravity is constant. Okay, so many people I have heard that they just say center of gravity, center of mass, what's that? They are the same. No, they are not the same. They are same only if g is constant. Like if there's a body like this, at this end if g is 9.8 meter per second square, and also at this end also 9.8 meter per second square, then only we can say the center of mass is also the center of gravity. Otherwise they will be different, because depends on the g value, on the g value depends this. Okay, this is a common misconception people do. Now let's say it is not always necessary the center of gravity will always be inside the material. I consider a ring, a wedding ring. Let's think it's your wedding ring, and just you have to remember this. Now you'll not get proofs for this, but just mark it up. Center of gravity here is in the center of the ring, and it is not inside this material of the ring, mind you, it is actually outside the material of the ring, and this is the center of gravity in the case of a ring. Okay, now the third point that is given in the book is that, as by the concept of the center of gravity, a body of weight W can be considered a point particle with the weight W at its center of gravity. I told you already that. Remember? I told you this. See, it can be converted into a point particle, point body, whatever you say. Okay. Now, if there is a rod, the center of gravity is in the middle, midpoint. Okay. And if it is a, let's say, circular disc, then it will also be in the center. Okay, center. Now if there is a triangular sheet, lamina, there is one term used in the book, lamina. It is nothing but a sheet. Like, how to tell you this, it is nothing but a sheet, as you tell it, like a metal sheet. Have you ever seen a metal sheet? So if that sheet is known as a lamina, so if there is a triangular lamina, you know the medians, the meeting point of the medians, which is also called the centroid, is the actual, what do you call it, the center of gravity. In a rectangle, can't draw it, man. The meeting point of its diagonals is the center of gravity. In the parallelograms, same thing, meeting point of the diagonals. In a square, the center of the square or the meeting point of the diagonals, you can also say. Okay, and a cylinder, I can't give you proofs for this, it's advanced, so just remember this, mark it up. You draw a line through its center at the midpoint. This is the center of gravity for a cylinder. The rod, I guess I told you. A solid cone. What is a solid cone? Meaning a cone that is filled with something, like fully filled thing. And hollow means there is nothing inside. Okay, solid cone is at a nothing but, if we draw the axis through this, at the height of h by 4. Let me rewrite this, h by 4 at this point. But if it is a hollow cone, then what will you do? Then also draw the axis, but now this time it is nothing but at a distance of h by 3. This is the center of gravity now. So as you can see, if it is a solid cone, then it is h by 4. If it is a hollow cone, it is h by 3. Now how to remember this? A shortcut you can just remember. See, h by 4 or h by 3 is greater. H by 3 is greater and the hollow has more letters. Just a trick if you want to know. And circular ring, I told you, parallelogram, rectangular. This is what is center of gravity. Now if you balance, like if let's say this is a knife edge, draw it, I can't draw it so well. This is a knife edge, and if you put a body up, let me redraw it a different color. Now if I put a body on the knife edge and exactly on its center of gravity, it will remain balanced. This is an experiment you can do. Like if there is a square metal sheet, and now let's say there is a nail here. Okay, can't draw, man, got to learn to draw. Nail here. Now if we place the, let me redraw it with a good color. Now if I draw a, let's say, parallelogram, if you put the parallelogram center of gravity, this is the lamina, I'm reminding you, on the nail, then what do you get? You will get it balanced. You can see it's clearly balanced. Now how can you understand center of gravity? How can you find out center of gravity of an irregular lamina? Like if there's a sheet like this with no shape, how will you find out the center of gravity? I don't know where it is, but let's say it's here. Okay, how will you find that out? Okay, this is a procedure we will do. So as I was telling, I will help you find out the center of gravity with a method that is called the plumb line method. Plumb line method, like the plumber plumb line method. This is for irregular body. You can also do it for regular bodies. You will find the exact center. Okay, so how to do it? What is the procedure? First, take an irregular body. Let's say this body, it's irregular. You make exactly, to be sure, in like internationally it is accepted as 2 only, but you have to make, I guess so, 3 in the, because of ICSE syllabus mentions 3, as near to the edge as you can, like as near to the edge as you can. Now you have to make 3 holes here. Okay, 3 holes, and now you have to hang it. Like if I build you the apparatus here, like there should be a nail here, and you hang the body here. Understand? You hang the body here and you then swing it. Okay, you hang the body through any one of the hole first and then swing it. Then swing it. As it will swing, it will stop. Then you, to this point, you will join a, what do you call it, a plumb line. What is a plumb line? It is just actually a string. At the end there is one like crystal shaped thing, which is actually to use weight. Now the plumb line will be placed like this. So you draw this line. Understand? You repeat this with all, let's say this thing, you repeat this with all the 3 points. Let me change the color. You repeat this with all the 3 points and you'll get some lines like this, this and this. Let me redraw this. Yes, as you can see, this 1 point they meet, this is the center of gravity. Now it is a practical use, and I think you did not get it intuitively like me explaining it on board. So I'm going to show you a video that explains how it is being done, and you can easily understand after you show the video. Let me tell you, in the video there will be only 2 points, not 3 points, but in the exam write for 3 points. Okay, so let's go on to the video.
two holes in an irregularly shaped plane lamina. Pin the lamina through one of the holes such that it is able to swing freely. Suspend a plumb line from the pin. Mark the point where the plumb line intersects the edge of the lamina opposite that of the hole. Remove the plumb line and draw a line joining the hole and a point marked. Repeat the whole procedure with the other hole. The point of intersection of the two lines gives the location of the center of gravity of the lamina.
So I think you saw the video, you understood everything. So this only thing is, the problem is that you can only do it with a lamina means I told you a sheet, a plain sheet, 2D figure. Okay, now let's do some problem. Okay, now the first I'm following the Selena, guys, so if you can, so let's say if you have a Selena, open the book, it's page number 15, we are on. Go to the MCQ question number 2. It states that at what height is the center of gravity of a hollow cone at the whose height is h at a distance x from its center. Okay, no, sorry, the center of gravity, this is the cone, let's say this is the cone. Can't draw, why can't I draw? So this is the cone. Now I have to tell me the distance of now here is the distance x. Okay, let's say this is the distance x and this is the center of gravity. Okay, now you have to tell me, if this is a hollow cone, what is the value of the x. Now remember, many people will do this wrong. I told you a lot time earlier. If it is a hollow cone, then it is h by 3 from the base, not the vertex. So now let's go back to this page. So the x will be nothing but the whole height minus the distance from the h, that will be 2h by 3. Okay, now let's do about, go to the question number 9 of the normal exercise. Okay, question number 9, it says state whether the statement is true or false. First statement is position of the COG of a body remains unchanged even when the body is deformed. But we now learned that, remember, we'll go back to a page, one second, we'll go back to this page. If you deform a body, you will change the center of gravity, meaning it's a false statement. Now the next statement is the center of gravity of a freely suspended body always lies vertically below the point of the suspension. I have to tell you what this is. Now tell there is a surface like this, we put a body like this. Okay, now since it is not moving, means we have placed it at the center of gravity. Okay, so the point of suspension is this, and if the body is like tilted like this, then we mean we have not placed it at the center of gravity. Okay, now it is telling that it's a freely suspended body, meaning it will always not be like this, it will be like this, it's same. So the whole weight acts in this direction. That's why we can say this is just vertically below the point of suspension. Understand? This is the logic. Understand? So Here there's another question in 8. Explain how will you determine experimentally the position of a center of gravity for a triangular lamina. Think about it, it's a plumb line, but plumb line, you put 3 points in this direction, do it for all the plumb lines, it will joint at the center, just like that. Okay, let's do a few more problems. So in such problems, nothing else will come, some conceptual in center of gravity, and that they will say where is the center of gravity. Like if there is a circle, they will say where is the center of gravity. You just draw two lines. They will always mention, like go to problem number 11. It says it shows 3 pieces of cardboard of uniform thickness cut into 3 different shapes, on which each diagram draw 2 lines to indicate the position of center of gravity. Just draw 2 diametric points, done. Excuse me. If it is a rectangle, draw the 2 diagonals, say done. If it is a triangle, just draw this from this side, done. Just like this. And if they ask you an example for at what condition is the center of gravity outside the outside the, what do you call it, outside the material of the body, give a circular ring. Why can't I spell? Circular ring. Now many people want to know how I'm going to teach, so let me just tell you honestly. I'm following this book Selena. Okay, so I'll do every day, I will teach something, do some problems. At the end of the chapter there will be 2 more videos. One video will be just based on how to solve the problems, and one video will be for past year board questions. Okay, so that you can know what comes in the boards. Okay, and even sometime in between these 2 lectures, I will also, many people also follow the ICSE physics by the Viva Education. Okay, so I will also do some problems from there. This book is fantastic for problems, and some theory that may be needed, may not be needed, I will inform you all. So for now, bye, meet you in the next video.